There are many mistakes made by businesses when calculating the zakat. In this video, let's break these mistakes down and understand how to correctly calculate our zakat. So the first common mistake is that businesses use their cost price, their acquisition price, when calculating the zakat on their stock and goods. Zakat should be calculated using the retail price, the selling price, its market value. Because what you've acquired the asset for is no longer the value of the asset. The asset is now worth what the market value is in the market you're selling these goods, and that is reflected by your retail value, your selling price. So zakat is on the selling price. That's the value add that you've brought into the asset, and it's what it's worth now in the market. You pay zakat using that value, not the historical cost price and acquisition price. The second major mistake made by many businesses is that they think zakat is not payable when they are in a loss. So if the turnover hasn't been profitable, they're loss making, they think there is no zakat. Zakat has got nothing to do with your P&L. Zakat is calculated based on the assets that you have with you. So even though you may be showing a loss and reporting a loss, if you have assets which equal the nisab threshold, you still need to pay zakat. So you can deduct your liabilities that are due, but you need to pay zakat on the net zakatable assets you have in your business, even though this year you've made a loss. The third common mistake made by a number of businesses is that they think if there is dead stock or illiquid stock or stock that's taking very long to sell, they do not need to pay zakat on those goods. That's not true. Zakat is payable on all stock. Anything you've acquired to resell, regardless of how long it's taking to sell, if you're trying to sell that but it's not selling, you still need to pay zakat on those goods. So whether it's very liquid goods or illiquid goods or dead stock, stock which is damaged, you still need to pay zakat on that. But you will calculate your damaged stock or your dead stock based on what you are now willing to sell it for. What's its current market value? What would you retail this item at? And that's how you calculate zakat on these items. So there is zakat on goods and items, trade assets, which are not selling as fast, but they've been acquired for resale purposes. There will be zakat on those goods. The fourth mistake made again by multiple businesses is that they don't have a fixed time when they work out the value of the assets. They will do it any time in the year, and then they will just estimate how much there is and pay zakat. There should be a fixed time, because look, zakat is really on individuals, the shareholders. They need to know their shareholding and their worth and equity of the net zakatable assets in the business. So the closer you can align the valuation of your stock and the net zakatable assets to when the shareholders pay zakat, the better. And therefore, there should be a valuation, a review of the assets and liabilities of the business in Ramadan, if that is a time when the shareholders are paying the zakat. And then from their own side, if there's been a delay or there's a short break between the actual valuation and the time when they pay zakat, then the shareholders can estimate, be cautious. It's better to err on the side of caution here and top up your zakat payments just so you've covered any new stock that's come into the business over the last week or two. Another common error made by businesses is that they deduct all their debts, regardless of what the debt is. Not every debt is deductible. So if a person has an interest-based loan and is interest accruing, the interest is not deductible. Yes, the principal amount is deductible. Similarly, future expenses cannot be deducted right now. So even though you're expecting to pay somebody or you are planning to buy stock in the future and you've earmarked £100,000 for the acquisition and purchase, because you've not entered into a contract, that debt is not there. So you can't deduct £100,000 right now from your zakat calculation. Rather, you can only deduct those debts which have actually accrued and materialized as a result of a contract and transaction. These are some of the common mistakes made by businesses in relation to zakat. If you would like to learn more about zakat, make sure to follow and view the rest of our videos where we are making a series on zakat calculation and zakat distribution.